Ready to rock? I was going to say you're both 14, but in a way you're both veterans. You have a lot of movies behind you, Kick-Ass and Boy in the Striped Pajamas and Let Me In, and this idea that you're working with Martin Scorsese on a $100 million plus 3D movie about really the birth and his love of cinema itself. So very easy then for you guys, right? No pressure?
Yeah, no pressure on
pressure
us.
Well, basically, there was very little pressure. The way that Marty has made you feel, it's everyone, especially not even just you, just everyone on the set, both the cast and the crew. Just the whole feeling of it's really relaxed. It's
so equal.
Yeah, it's just like you're in your living room or something. And
Well, he is a walking encyclopedia of film, and I'm guessing not only the wonderful Méliès and his beautiful films like A Trip to the Moon, but also Harold Lloyd is touched upon here, and people like Buster Keaton. I don't know if he kind of recommended a list of these are the movies you should go and fall in love with.
Yeah,
he
gave us like a whole envelope of things to watch. Boxes.
A lot of Michael Bay, I hope. Yeah.
Boxes and boxes and boxes of old films, things that inspired him to become a director, and just everything. I've got to say, I haven't watched all of them yet. I think if I were to watch all of them, I would be a very, very lonely man. I would be stuck in my room for hours and hours and hours and hours.
Welcome to Martin Scorsese's world.
No.
Were there certain films that jumped out though? Did you get surprises? Because sometimes when you go back, you'd get films that you didn't realise existed. And
yeah, well, actually, in that scene where I see my first movie of all time, Isabel.
Yeah.
I actually had never seen that film before, and so when I was watching with him, like those reactions were totally real.
That's safety
I was like, no way.
And because it is old, and they didn't have harnesses in those days,
He was actually on a building.
He actually could have died technically.
So crazy.
But before I met Marty, I know we got flown out to New York about 3 o'clock in the morning because of all the jet lag. Me and my mum decided to watch that film. So
really?
That was good fun. That was the first time I watched it.
We should let people know that's the Harold Lloyd Safety First, which in many ways is echoed in the poster, just that image of him hanging on to a...
Of course.
It's a little homage to that film, actually.
Loads of them, throughout the film.
And what about Marty's work? Here's a man who people are surprised to learn that he's made a children's film, and I know his own 12-year-old daughter kind of inspired part of that, Francesca, but did you have to feel that, well, I should go and look at Marty's work as well, or maybe you're just too young to look at stuff like Mean Streets and Taxi Driver?
I know I've seen quite a lot of his films.
Yeah,
of course. Most of his best are too adult. They're R-rated, they're 18, whatever you want to call them. But I've seen a lot of his, like The Aviator, Shutter Island, The Departed.
Yeah,
King of Comedy.
I actually watched Raging Bull on an airplane, which is one of like the worst places to watch a movie. I always feel guilty watching a movie on an airplane because I feel like it's just not right. But I watched that movie and I was like sitting in my seat like crying. I was like, no. I was like, he didn't know that. Oh my gosh.
This is obviously a beautiful film, and it's got a 97% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's going to be one of the big films on your CV. But you're both quite busy. I know you've got Ender's Game coming up, Asa, and you've got quite a few movies coming up. Movie 43, The Devil in Deep Blue Sea, Dark Shadows, you're currently shooting. But the one film I really want to know is what's happening with Kick-Ass 2, Balls to the Wall.
Well, that's the comic. That's the comic that Mark Miller did with Kick-Ass 2. But I haven't. I don't know. You never know. It's a new year coming up. We got lots of scripts, and one might be it.
Rock and roll. Okay, I better go. I'll be giving the friendly finger.
Thank
Very nice
you.
to talk to both of you. Yeah, well done. Really
Thank you.